Oh, I have been going through a lot of boxes and trying to find all my stuff. And I am missing SD cards, I'm missing chargers, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Luckily, I had a backup solo charger, and I'm good to go there. I did find most of my cords and cables, so that's a plus. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go fly with Brian today. I'm gonna take a little nap here in a sec, and then I'm gonna go fly with Brian. Timeless, what is up, Floyd? Yeah, man, computer is set back up. Not wearing my headset right now. Don't feel like it, so no sound. How's that possible? I think. Can anybody else hear me? I think Ron's having a problem. Yep, nice try, Ron. You're the only one that can't hear me, apparently. So I still look very pale. If you guys couldn't tell, this is an HD camera, so there's not much color on my face. I'm still extremely pale. My hemoglobin count is still pretty low. It's going to take a while to get back up. So yeah, man, we still got some work cut out for us. Down to like 327 pounds from 367. So that's over a 40-pound loss now in the past 4 months. So that's pretty good. That's a plus. You can probably see it in my face by now. I don't have the big chubby cheeks, and I mean I still do, but I'm starting to get more of a, recognition line with my face. So that's good. Obviously, trying to get back down to like 250. So we're gonna keep going. Dude, Southwest Drones, Brian, what's going on? Rusty Grill. Rusty, I have no choice, man. I was left in some really retarded ass situations that unfortunately have to be resolved. So, Rusty, as much as I'd like to keep it, I can't financially. It is, I have nowhere to put it. I had to put it at my friend Brian's house temporarily. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of circumstances that are leading up to why. So, it is what it is, man. As much as I'd like to keep it, I don't have an option available to me right now. So you got to do what you got to do. Yes, Floyd. Brent, what is up, man? Yeah, I don't know about doing better. I'm out of the hospital. I'm not sure about better. I get fatigued very easily. I was in a very stressful situation yesterday, and but I had no choice. Once again, choices were made. I had to make decisions, and world doesn't stop spinning because Dan is sick, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Thomas, what's going on, dude? The house thing is a bit of a mess, but great to see you are home and looking good. Well, thank you, man. I need some color in this face. I'm almost thinking about going down and tanning, honestly. So you get my text about tonight, Ron? I just got it, dude. I was in the shower. I got out. I did my hair. You just text me. I haven't even had a chance to look at it. I wanted to go live before I laid down, took a nap to meet up with Brian and Brad, and we're going to be flying some mini quads today. God knows, I have no idea. She boxed up all my stuff and it was ready for me when I got to her house. So I have no idea where any of my SD cards are. Like, it was just hard enough finding my computer and my normal setup stuff and getting all this reoriented. It was crazy. Mel, what's up, dude? So Rick Halber, good morning, sir. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I know everybody's like, dude, slow down, calm down. Unfortunately, decisions have to be made as soon as I got out of the hospital if I wanted to probably keep the majority of the stuff I own. So I did what I had to, and I don't regret it. I'm fine. You know, eating much healthier here and doing things that really needed to be taken care of. So, hopefully get my life a little more back on track now. The past 2 years has been kind of rough, and I would really like to see that change a bit. So, Mark, yeah, man. Well, thank you, Gary. Rest anyway. Cali Beauty. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you returned to YouTube. I was really worried about you there for a minute. I wasn't sure if you were going to leave and come back or never come back again or what your plans were. So, yeah. Rest anyways. Jeff, what's a good freestyle drone for beginners? That depends. You said beginner. I wouldn't even start with a freestyle drone. I would start with a micro brushless setup to get the feel for how things work and understanding acro. You know, a decent pair of goggles. Remember, when it comes to FPV, your equipment is everything. So, for instance, in this case, you would, you know, these are Amway Commander V1s. These are pretty expensive, you know, goggles are over 220 bucks, I think. But like I said, you know, your equipment is everything when it comes to FPV. Don't go cheap, because you're not going to have a fun time, and you're going to invest a bunch of money in things that you don't need. I would suggest a Tiny Hawk setup. They sell a full Tiny Hawk. This is the brushless Tiny Hawk setup. I'm sorry. Why can't I think of what this is? I think it's the Tiny Hawk. I can't think. Yeah, by Emax. Anyways, it is a nice little brushless setup, 1S, and it flies, man. It cruises. I think top speed's like 30, pushing it hard on a non-windy day. But man, you can really rip with this thing, and these frames are just indestructible. You can bend them and twist them and try to break them, and I mean, you can almost fold this thing in half, and it doesn't do anything to it. This is the most indestructible frame I've ever seen. Like the majority of you will never have to replace the frame. You can just replace the motors, and you know, unless something happens to the ESC. But you know, this is the Tiny Hawk, and my suggestion is, you know, get the ready to fly package if you're going to do this. It's about $117. Comes with transmitter, goggles, and everything you need. So that's my suggestion. Once you get through understanding acro and how to fly acro and all that fun jazz, and you're ripping up through the tree branches and you're doing loops and all that cool stuff and front flips, then you can start escalating your situation, maybe to something like a Mobula 7 on 2S and 3S setup. You know, this is also a brushless flyer. This is a lot of fun. This one's pretty quick, though. This one's much faster than the Tiny Hawk. So, you know, it really is going to come down to what you want out of it, you know. But I would definitely suggest starting with micros and working your way up. Micros are no joke anymore. When we first got started, I think micros were kind of crap. Brushed motors, they just sucked. They weren't fast. They couldn't handle any kind of wind. The little tiny micros were just baloney. Now that they've gone brushless, they are a totally different world. So I would say probably get yourself into something micro first, and then, you know, upgrade your situation as you go slowly. So that's a pretty quick drone, man. You sure you want to get yourself into that? It's also a lot older now that the Rodeo 150 is kind of an old drone. Fat Shark version 2 goggles I was thinking of. Yeah, you could do that. I certainly wouldn't go with the Rodeo 150. That's like the 2014, 2000. I don't even know, like 2013, man. That's not realistically. It's not even running any of the, like, I don't even know if it could handle D-Shot 600. Honestly, that's a pretty old system. You know, we've advanced you know, F3 and F4 flight boards since that drone came out. So I don't know if you want to do that to yourself. I would suggest not going that route. So don't think you're just going to get a race quad, man. Go outside and rip it. It takes practice, lots and lots of practice to fly acro. So, you know, everybody sees somebody else do it. They're like, whoa, I want to fly like that. And then they don't realize that there is a lot of stick time involved in flying like that. So anyways, Ghost, what's up? PD Tech, I'm going to run back and check some of these comments. Ryan, what is up? So, yeah, man, it's good to see you guys. Southwest Drones, hit the like button. Come on, guys, 24 watching and only 6 likes. It's, you know what? I've given up asking people to do it, because if you're going to support somebody, you're going to do it. It should be a natural instinct when you support somebody to come in and just hit the like button. You know, as a content creator, how it feels when somebody does or they don't hit the like button. So if you remember that every time you jump in somebody's video or stream or watch content that took hours for them to create and edit and find just the right music and tell their story with, then you'll have an idea of why it's a nice thing to show support back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should just be your mentality. Anytime I pop in on any one of your guys' videos, the first thing I do is smash the like button and then drop a comment. You know, it's just what you do. It's how you support each other, you know. Andrew, yes, sir. Chris. Jeff, I hope that answered your question, man. I didn't mean to kill your hopes and dreams there, bud, but I just want you to understand that FPV is not something you just jump into. There's a massive learning curve that goes into it. That's why a lot of people don't fly acro, or fly FPV. Most people just fly GPS platform. So, where's the first place to look for that tiny hawk? Rusty Grill, I would say eBay or Amazon. eBay has a nice little ready-to-fly package for about $105 to $117, depending on where you look for it. That comes with goggles, transmitter, and drone, and 1 battery, or 2 batteries. I think it's 2 batteries, and a whole kit with propellers and other things that you need. It's actually a very nice little kit, and it'll definitely great starter platform. You can put it on Project Mockingbird, which is what I run it on. And I'll tell you what, man, it is so smooth on Project Mockingbird. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy how smooth the flight is. So 26 people in here. What is up? Get the jumper, Jeff. That's complicated. I have the original T8 5G, and as much as I love this thing, I got to tell you, man, these things are hard to program, and most people are not going to want to try to deal with something like this. So though it can run a ton of protocols, this thing, unfortunately, is kind of a bitch, kind of a bitch to program. I know some of the newer jumpers are a little easier to work with, but the original one still kind of rough around the edges. I do like it though. I've got most of my drones at this point. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got like 7 drones now attached to it, and I'm running Bang Toys protocols, so I can actually run my Bugs 3 on it if I want to. So. Lon, what's up, buddy? I suck at acro. GPS is the only way for me. Dude, it's fun. Once you get the hang of it, it is a lot of fun. It's cool if it had goggles. David, what's up, brother? Glad you're up and at it. Yeah, man. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Southwest. I'm sorry. That's some haircut, huh, man? This is how I normally have it cut. You know, you're just used to seeing me let it grow for months. Here's the thing. I was having a really hard time finding a barber that I liked on her side of town, so I would just let my hair grow. And then anytime I'd make my way over here to see my parents or whatever, I would stop by the guy that used to cut my hair and do it. You know, I didn't even spike it today. I just kind of rolled it over. But, yeah, man, I've basically for the past like 10 years of my life, I've cut it like this. You know, it's just easier to work with, breathe, Florida heat, all that kind of fun stuff. So just checking in. Glad to see you're up and around. Well, thank you. Ron, what's up, buddy? I got your box. It is a big box. I've got it over there in the corner. I haven't even brought all my drones in from the car from packing them up yesterday. I've been just going through all these boxes. So it's been crazy. I do have my micros. I'm ready to take these out and let them rip, Tater Chip. So we're definitely going to go do that with Brian. So acro's hard as hell, man. Been doing it indoors, but I suck. You know, proximity is hard. Just finding a big field and flying around is easy. Proximity is the hard part, and I think that's where a lot of people get uncomfortable, is when it comes to getting close to objects. I'm getting way more. The problem is, I've been flying FPV for 2 years. I just never have time to put the stick time in like I want to. So I'm still kind of a like mediocre pilot in acro. You know, I would love to see my skill set grow and advance, but I'm always spending so much time working that I don't really have a chance to just go out and rip pack after pack after pack. Some people have that freedom. I just have not had that for 2 years. So I'm a decent pilot. I can fly acro, not horrible, but you know, all the barrel rolls and loops, all that stuff's easy. But yeah, like S loops, oh, I can't do any of that. I don't even understand the physics. How that, I mean, I kind of do. I can do power loops, not smoothly, but I can definitely do power loops, especially on my 5-inch. Like, oh, that's easy because that thing's hang time is absolutely insane. So. Is there any talk with the Mavic Mini going to link the FPV goggles? I have no idea, Jeff. Honestly, I'm not really into DJI like that. They're an okay company, I guess. Like I said, I don't know if you guys heard, but the Trump administration is trying to ban DJI products from the U.S. Even if you're currently flying them. If there's a bill coming that they want to pass, and this is Donald Trump and the Trump administration. Matter of fact, where's my phone? I'm just gonna read part of the article too, so you guys have an understanding. For those of you that fly DJI, you may be not flying DJI pretty soon, and if you do, it'll be illegal. There might be a government buyback on your purchase for DJI if they do this, but it says the Trump administration is now split over whether or not to ban DJI drones outright or take a softer approach. There are people within the administration who want to hit the DJI with a hammer right now, and that's some government official anyways. But there are plenty of others who are warning that if you do, there are not many alternatives. So what they're saying is basically they know that DJI is capitalizing the market, and you know they own 70% of the market at this point. And what's happening is they're shoving all the other manufacturers out, and the Trump administration would like to use drones for governmental use, but they don't want to use DJI products because China's already had a history of screwing them over and saying that they basically didn't you know, oh, we weren't stealing your information, which is exactly what they were doing. Whether they want to admit it or not, that's exactly what was happening. You know, who knows what they had plans to do with all that information and data collecting they were doing. But anyways, it did get back and somebody figured out it was happening. So that's when they banned them from all government use. But now they're worried that civilians are out using these things in areas and they're tracking that still. So, you know, the government would like to be able to have birds that don't answer to China. And unfortunately, because DJI is so large and they're doing so much crazy stuff right now, they're just taking over the market. And Donald Trump doesn't like that, and he wants to put a stop to that. So you may not be able to buy DJI products here in the near future if he makes a decision on this, and that'll be the end of it. He may also require that DJI cuts all ties with the U.S. based on their drone usage, and if they choose not to, that could be a pretty rough situation as well. So just think about it, man. No, and Lon, that's why I said that's what we're getting into. But the problem is now the worry has gone past the government. They are now worried about, you know, the civilian sector using these things and flying them and still stealing the data from them. So once again, man, it's crossed into a realm where no matter what we do as hobbyists or professional use, we're still the ones that are going to be attacked by this, whether we like it or we don't. So yeah, it's like I said, guys, you gotta read through this carefully and understand what they're going for. You know. Never mind, Lon. I'm not even gonna keep trying to explain it, bud. I'll let you figure it out. All right, guys. So anyways, I've got a pretty good idea of what's happening, man. You can take it face value or not. And you can stick up for me. You don't have to. Drone Shark, what's up, buddy? You know, Trump doesn't want DJI drones in America anymore. That's just the end of it. It doesn't matter if it's government agency use or civilian use. He doesn't want. He basically is saying, I don't want DJI products being sold in the U.S. anymore. That's what he's aiming for. So, you know, government use aside, screw all that. He's trying to cut the head right off the dragon, and that's going to be discussed pretty thoroughly, I would say. So, glad you're feeling better, bud. Well, thank you. I'm trying to hydrate before the sun comes out. Not that it's going to be rough today, but it might be. We'll see. See what the temperature is. It was cold last night. Yeah, so it's only 56 outside right now. That's not too bad for Florida. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I was going to say, there's no way it's 56 out. Yeah, it's 70 already. Okay, so we're climbing. We're climbing. It's only 10:44. By 1 o'clock, it'll probably be low 80s. So no, and that's the thing. I can't blame him, Michael. I really can't. They had an opportunity to sell drones without trying to steal your information. And whatever reason, they felt that was a necessary thing. So no, Michael, I'm definitely not going to. Rick. Well, guys, 3DR needs a comeback. 3DR is going to get a comeback as soon as I can make some money to show you guys how to make it relevant to the market again for a very low cost. Money's a big thing for me right now. I haven't worked in 4 months. Otherwise, I would have already owned a GoPro Hero 7, and I would have been showing you guys how to modify the Solo for, all the third-party gimbals and all the new GoPro Action Hero cameras that run up there with the rest of the, decent camera setups and that hyper smooth, footage on a gimbal. Oh man, it's a totally different world. So, not buy an inquiry. Oh, yeah, man. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. If you forgot to smash the like button, feel free to do that. I'm going to meet up with Brian here in like an hour or so. I'm going to take a nap, and then I'm going to go do things. I hear you, Lon. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't put it past Donald Trump just to put his foot down and be like, that's it. Nope. Tariffs and no DJI products. That's just Trump. That's how he does things. So I'm fairly convinced that Trump wakes up and he looks outside, and if he sees a bird, he's convinced there's no climate control problems. Do I care? No, because there's nothing I can do about it. Everybody has a right to vote. Man ended up as president. He's everybody's president. And there's another election coming, and hey, see what happens. But he's been the most amusing president we've ever had, that's for sure. I will never, yeah. Oh man. So, anyways, I'm not going to get into politics. Yes, very true. Well, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take a nap. I've got probably about a good hour and a half, maybe, and I could use one. I'm tired. I do have the Snaptane. Once again, the Snaptane company sent me another product for review here, the SP500 GPS 1080p drone, autonomous. Whoa, they're stepping up their game. I have a feeling this is probably pretty expensive for a toy, so no brushless motors, definitely brushed, which means we're probably going to have jello in the footage. It's part of these toys. Feels heavy. It's a good sized package, that's for sure. So we'll see. We'll see what Snaptane's finally starting to come up with here. Hopefully they'll be getting out of the more of the toy range and moving into more GPS side of things. And I would love to see a brushless setup from them, and at least a 2-axis gimbal, and then a decent drone produced by Snaptane for like $215. I think that would be nice. That would be a good move for them. I don't care if it has optical avoidance. I don't care if it has optical flow, any of that bulk. It can have a barometer for all I care, but would definitely like to see them move more towards getting out of that toy end of things and starting a small hobby grade lineup. I think that would be cool. So anyways, life, the restaurant business. Yes. So, alrighty, man. That almost looked like Hubson branding. Kinda. It did. It almost does. That's very true. So, I will catch you guys later, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for being super, 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 super supportive. You guys are incredible. I am going to take a nap, and I will see you guys on the flip, man. To the room.